Minister of Health, dear colleagues and friends, it is my pleasure to welcome you tonight to the opening session of the first International Congress of the Middle East Society of Dermatological Surgery, or the MSDS. We hope that you will all benefit from attending this conference, and to all our colleagues and friends who have come from far to participate and attend, we hope a very nice and pleasant stay. I would like first to introduce and to welcome Mr. Marwan Hamedi, Minister of Health, to say his word.
These are a few words of welcome, as the official address on behalf of the Ministry of Health will be delivered by the Director of Hospitalization, Dr. Munib Halwani. But I made it a point to come here tonight just to tell Paula how grateful we are for her to have organized this symposium of the Middle Eastern Society for Dermatological Surgery. And I know how much she has been undergoing, suffering even, fighting for the success of this meeting. I want also to tell all our friends who came from abroad, from the Arab countries and from friendly countries all over the world, that Lebanon is especially grateful to them to have spared some of their very precious time to come here and to contribute to what we are trying to do, which is restoring Beirut as a key position, a key platform for science, culture, and medical knowledge in the Middle East. We have been, as you know, suffering lately from a very nasty Israeli aggression, and we had thought that many of those participating in our congresses would have cancelled. Fortunately, people have overcome these difficulties. They have not been the victims of the rumors about our country. They are here to witness how we are recovering and how Lebanon, which was a few years ago the synonym of war, terror, division, is now restored into a united country, a country fighting for the liberation of its soil, and also a country fighting for the reconstruction of its people and its infrastructure. So I do really want to welcome all the speakers, the distinguished speakers who have come from abroad. I want to tell our Arab brethren that they are here in their country, of course, and I want to welcome you all to this evening opening of this symposium, wishing you 2 days of very fruitful meetings, 2 days from which we will, in the Ministry of Health and all over Lebanon, we will benefit, I'm sure, from your conclusions. Thank you very much.
The next speaker I have the pleasure to introduce is Dr. Omar Batayni, who is a founding member of the MSDS and dermatologist at the King Hussein Medical Center.
With me, great pleasure and honor to participate in the first meeting of the Middle Eastern Society of Dermatological Surgery, Middle Eastern Society for Dermatological Surgery, and join our colleagues who represent many Middle Eastern countries and European countries, including my country, Jordan. At the same time, and on behalf of the Jordanian dermatologist and myself, I would like to express deep thanks and gratitude to Dr. Paula Karam and the organizing committee for their efforts and dedication in preparing for this meeting and make it happen. We are looking forward to seeing Middle Eastern Society of Dermatologic Surgery among the leading societies in the near future, and the more members will join and activate it. I hope that our meeting will provide a scientific medium for those who are interested in cosmetic surgery and help strengthen scientific relation in our region, hoping that you will find the scientific program stimulating and intellectually rewarding, and that with your active participation, the meeting will be successful. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Paula Karam. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to visit the Lebanon. It's the first time for me. It's a very splendid region. After this day, I had the opportunity to visit one very beautiful region. I don't remember the name, but there are the big rock. It's close to the ski side, with the spring water starting directly from the rocks. It's very splendid. I am very enthusiastic about the Lebanon, but I am very enthusiastic also about this meeting. I remember when 2 years ago you asked me my opinion as concerning your idea to found this society. You were afraid, but what do you think, Luigi? Can I have success? It's possible to organize this society. And I suggest you that, Paula, you must do that with your enthusiasm, with your strong willingness to do. Of course, you will have the success. And this evening, I must tell you, Paula, congratulations. The society is alive. The society is working. And you must continue this way. Thank you, Paula. Thank you.
Dear colleagues and eminent guests, this is truly an historic moment, the first Congress for the Dermatologic Surgery in the Middle East, and for it to be held in Lebanon, which has always been in the forefront of medical progress. Congresses and meetings like this, where medical scientists meet and discuss their experiences and new findings, are essential in the link of continuing education for practitioners in medical disciplines anywhere in the world. The mind-boggling rapid advances in science make it imperative for practicing physicians in their offices to keep abreast of new findings, and they cannot do this except by attending conferences where experts can condense the material and give it to them in an appropriate manner. I have been in the field of medical education for over so many years, 30 years. And I'm convinced that continuing medical education is a must, and that the proper regulation of this is essential to ensure that the patients receive the best possible care. Hence, it is, to me, unprofessional and a mark of obstinacy to allow personal jealousies and petty politics to undermine scientific meetings. And it is unheard of in civilized countries to boycott educational scientific meetings and coerce others to do so. Having said that, it is time to focus on this Congress. The field of dermatologic surgery is a new field, especially in the Middle East. A few years ago, I spoke about the evolution of dermatology over the past 50 years, from a purely descriptive medical discipline through a mushrooming of basic science research, bringing it to the forefront of medicine. 50 years ago, the competition between various departments of dermatology was how many beds, inpatient beds do you have? Now the competition is in the capacity of the research labs, the amount of research funding, and the number of scientific publications emanating from those departments. Dermatology has also evolved in other aspects by adding new disciplines to it, namely dermatopathology initially, and more recently, dermatologic surgery, including laser surgery and cosmetic surgery. Even departments have gradually changed their names, from Department of Dermatology and Venereology to Department of Cutaneous Medicine and Surgery. This trend is here to stay and to evolve even further. In our own residency training program in Boston, residents spend more than 9 months in surgical disciplines in the department out of 3 years of training.
Our next guest is Dr. Serge Letessier, who is President-elect of the International Society of Dermatological Surgery.
Monsieur le représentant du ministère de la Santé, Madame la Présidente, mes chers confrères, Dr Paula Karam m'a autorisé à vous faire ce speech, je ne suis pas très habitué aussi comme mon collègue, en français. J'espère que la grande partie d'entre vous pourront comprendre. Je voulais d'abord vous remercier pour l'honneur qu'on m'avait fait en me demandant d'être ici à cette cérémonie inaugurale. Et je voulais féliciter bien évidemment, comme l'a fait mon collègue Luigi Rucciani, la naissance de cette jeune société moyen-orientale de chirurgie dermatologique. C'est toujours un plaisir pour moi d'être au Liban. J'aime les Libanais, j'ai un faible pour les Libanais. D'ailleurs, ma femme est libanaise. Et c'est une sorte de seconde patrie pour moi. C'est toujours agréable d'être ici. La chirurgie dermatologique, on en a parlé dans les années 1970 et on a commencé à créer la Société internationale en 1978 sous l'impulsion de quelques collègues et amis américains, notamment le docteur Perry Robbins de New York, à qui l'on revient ce bonheur d'avoir vu l'évolution considérable de la chirurgie dermatologique dans le monde. Au Maroc, en 1978, à Marrakech, nous représentions 4 à 5 pays, nous étions 30. Aujourd'hui, j'ai la chance d'être nommé président à partir du mois de septembre pour les 2 ans à venir, cette société internationale, et je suis très fier de cet honneur, puisque maintenant, je vais administrer, entre guillemets, 42 pays représentant plus de 1200 membres.
نشكر لمنظمي هذا المؤتمر في مقدمتهم الدكتورة بولا كل الجهود التي بذلت من أجل نجاح هذا المؤتمر. نؤكد على أهمية هذه المؤتمرات العلمية ليعود لبنان إلى موقعه المتقدم في هذا الشرق. أطباؤنا وكافة المعنيين بالشأن العلمي في لبنان كانوا سباقين على صعيد النجاح وعلى صعيد الإنجازات في هذه المنطقة، وها نحن نعود اليوم بعد استتباب الأمن في لبنان لنقدم هذا المثال الحي للإبداع والحضارة والعلم. فنحن في نقابة أطباء لبنان نؤكد على أهمية انعقاد هذه المؤتمرات ونحاول قدر الإمكان تخطي كافة الصعوبات والحواجز التي كانت قد تعيق إمكانية انعقاد هكذا المؤتمرات، وندعو كافة المشاركين إلى البحث والأخذ أكثر ما يمكن من المواضيع المطروحة في عملية هذا المؤتمر ونشكر لكم حضوركم، وباسم نقيب أطباء لبنان ومجلس النقابة نتمنى لهذا المؤتمر نجاح وشكرا.
Our next speaker is Dr. Paula Karam, founding member of the MSDS and president of the conference.
Dr. Munib Halwani, representative of His Excellency the Minister of Health, Mr. Marwan Hamadi, Dr. Bilal Abdallah, Vice President of the Lebanese Order of Physicians, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It has been Lebanon's traditional role in this region of the world to host international meetings where new ideas and techniques would be displayed, integrated, and later disseminated in the Arab world. This Congress is no exception to this rule. Eminent specialists from France, Italy, Spain, Greece, the USA, Egypt, Jordan, and Lebanon are gathering here to expose new technologies and concepts and exchange opinions on a subject which in recent years has experienced an ever-growing interest from the medical community and the general public. Dermatologic surgery is not creams and makeup. It's a specialty like any other in medicine, which has its successes and its limitations, its indications, and also its complications. These will be discussed comprehensively in the following 3 days. This Congress is organized by the Middle Eastern Society for Dermatological Surgery, which was founded by Dr. Mohammed Amel from Egypt, Dr. Omar Batani from Jordan, and myself. It is one of the regional societies of the International Society for Dermatological Surgery, of which I have the honor to serve on the board of directors, and which collaborates in this Congress by the presence of its president-elect, Dr. Serge Tessier, and of several members of its board of directors, namely Dr. Luigi Luciani, Dr. Alejandro Camps-Fresneda from Spain, and Dr. Dimitra Daciu from Greece. Are also collaborating in this Congress is the International Academy of Cosmetic Dermatology, represented by its Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Amel, and La Société Française de Chirurgie Dermatologique. I would like to welcome our speakers, Dr. Amel, who will be arriving tomorrow morning from Egypt, Dr. Omar Batani from Jordan, Dr. Dimitria Daciu from Greece, Dr. Alejandro Camps-Fresneda from Spain, Dr. Amal Korban from USA, Dr. Serge Tessier from France, Dr. Mona Matta from Lebanon, Dr. Luigi Luciani from Italy, Dr. Salah Salman from Lebanon, Dr. Roland Tombe from Lebanon, Dr. Mario Trelli from Spain, and Dr. Claude Verez from France. I also welcome all the doctors who came to attend this Congress from Jordan, Egypt, Syria, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, the Emirates, and Lebanon. I would like to take the opportunity to thank His Excellency Mr. Marwan Hamadi, who has been for several years the key person in public health in our country, who is promoting Lebanon's role in this field and encouraging international meetings, and who, in spite of the tragic events in the South last April and the much praised efforts he deployed in those critical moments, gave us time and support for the organization of this Congress. I would also like to thank his secretary, Mrs. Renee Papadopoulos, for the help she provided me in this regard. Also, the Lebanese Order of Physicians, represented by its Vice President, Dr. Bilal Abdallah, and its Scientific Committee, represented by its President, Dr. Jean Biagini. I would also like to thank St. George Hospital for hosting the workshop on lasers tomorrow, and my colleagues for their efforts and support, and the long list of people who would excuse me for not citing them individually and who helped me in the making of this Congress. Thank you.
Last but not least, Dr. Munib Halwani, in a word representing His Excellency Mr. Marwan Hamadi.
حضرة ممثل
نقابة أطباء لبنان دكتور عبد الله، حضرة رئيسة الجمعية دكتورة بولا كرم، حضرة الأطباء الكرام، أيها الحفل الكريم. إن حق التمتع بأعلى مستوى من الصحة يمكن بلوغه وهو حق أساسي من حقوق الإنسان. إن الصحة تتجاوز مجرد انعدام المرض والعجز، وهي تعني توفر السلامة البدنية والعقلية والاجتماعية. توفير الصحة للجميع، وبهذا المفهوم يمكن لكل بلد أن يفسره تفسيرا مختلفا عن غيره في ضوء خصائصه الاجتماعية والاقتصادية والحالة الصحية لسكانه وأنماط أمراضهم ودرجة تطور نظامه الصحي. كل يحاول أن يوفر للجميع مستوى من الصحة يسمح لهم بالعمل المنتج والاشتراك الناشط في الحياة الاجتماعية للمجتمع الذي يعيشون به. رغم التقدم الهام الذي حدث في هذا الصدد، لا يزال الوصول إلى هذه الحالة الشاملة من الصحة والرفاه في جميع أنحاء العالم هدفا بعيدا وتحديا، وذلك بسبب صعوبة تحقيق الإنصاف واستئصال الفقر. بكل فخر ورغم سنوات الحرب وبفضل نخبة من مواطنيه، حافظ لبنان على مستواه العلمي المشرف في كل المجالات وخاصة الطبية منها. اليوم وبفضل جهودكم الشخصية نفتتح مؤتمرا يعكس مستوى لبنان الصحي والعلمي، واختصاصكم يهدف إلى تحقيق الصحة بمفهوم الجمال والراحة النفسية والعقلية. لبنان ومهما عبست بمصيره الضغوط فسوف يستعيد عاجلا أم آجلا دوره الطبيعي كمستشفى الشرق الأوسط بمستواه العلمي الرفيع. ومن هنا تنبع أهمية المؤتمرات الطبية التي تشهد تبادل الخبرات وتجارب أطبائنا مع أمثالهم من الضيوف الأجانب. اختصاصكم يشهد الجديد كل يوم، واللحاق برتب العلم والتقدم أحدث اختصاصات ليس بغريب على الجسم الطبي في لبنان. أرحب جزيل الترحيب بالأخوة العرب والضيوف الأجانب، وأتمنى لهم مؤتمرا ناجحا وإقامة سعيدة. ولا يسعني إلا أن أحيي الدكتورة باولا كارام واللجنة التحضيرية للجهود المضنية التي بذلوها لتحضير هذا المؤتمر وإلقاء نظرة على عناوين المداخلات وأسماء المؤتمرين تكفي لإعطاء فكرة عن عمق وأهمية المواضيع التي ستبحث. أتمنى المؤتمر يكون نجاح لما فيه خير العلم والبشرية، وشكرا.
Juste un petit mot en français. Au nom du ministre de la Santé, je vous souhaite la bienvenue. Ce brassage de connaissances entre le Liban et les pays amis, les vôtres, est un élément vital et indispensable à notre existence. Je vous remercie encore une fois pour votre présence parmi nous et vous souhaite un fructueux et agréable séjour. Merci.